Dear friends, what will Tien do to help Jack get justice? Will CEO Toan and Jang help Jack? Tien discovered with great shock that Jack had been unjustly suspended from his work due to a fabricated contract crafted to defame him. Tien was utterly taken aback, unable to comprehend what she was hearing when she heard Jang, Jack's colleague, informed about this incident. Jack, deceived by cunning schemes, found himself unable to return to the company he once served so loyally. Tien resolved with unyielding determination to fight relentlessly and restore justice for Jack, no matter the cost. Tien believes that Jack does not deserve this injustice, especially when Jack has contributed so much to the company. Tien could not accept that Jack was harmed like that, and Tien will do everything possible to help Jack regain his honor. Tien walked out into the garden one early morning. Gentle sunlight through the leaves shines down on the land where Tien takes care of each tree. Tien bent down to pull up big, round, plump white radishes. Each tuber grows strong from Mother Earth, like the resilience of Tien in these difficult times. Tien carefully put it in the basket. Sweat beaded on her forehead, but it was okay. Tien still smiled. Hard work, but part of Tien's plan earned money to cover living expenses, also to help Jack find justice. With a basket full of white radishes in hand, Tien walked out into the street. Tien placed the basket of radishes on a small roadside stall. Clean the soil by hand, clinging to radishes and inviting passers-by. Things are not easy. Tien sells each bundle of wealth at a fairly cheap price, but at least enough to maintain daily life. Look at the coins. Tien just hopes Jack can get through this storm soon, and Tien will do everything she can to help Jack. One afternoon when Tien was cooking rice, Jack's colleague Jang visits Tien. Jang sat down at the dining table, looked into Tien's worried eyes and said, Jack was suspended from work for signing a fake contract. Jack was cheated, and now the company has no place for Jack anymore. Tien was shocked and could not believe what Jang had just said. Tien does not understand. Why didn't Jack tell me about this? Why did Jack lie that Jack was only on vacation? Jang explained that Jack didn't want Tien to worry, don't want Tien to suffer when knowing the truth. Tien felt heartbreaking pain. Tien can't stop crying, incomprehensible. Why did Jack hide this important thing from Tien? Tien begged Jang to help Jack find justice for Jack. Tien knows that she cannot be alone. And if Jang helps, hope there is a glimmer of light in the darkness that Jack is facing. Jang did not respond immediately, but in Jang's eyes there was a hesitation. Will Jang help Jack? Or did Jang just come to break up the relationship between Jack and Tien? Tien did not know, but Tien decided not to give up. Finished. Tien sat alone, looked far away. Tien thinks about Jack, about what Jack had endured, and about the future of both of them. Tien wondered what she could do to help Jack. Tien can't stop worrying about Jack's job, about their life ahead. Tien wanted to do something to help Jack, but don't know where to start. A moment later, Jack suddenly appeared at Tien's door. Jack looked at Tien with gentle but also a bit sad eyes. They sit together, but no one said anything for a long time. Finally, Tien spoke up that Tien was very worried, but Tien didn't want to make Jack sadder. Did Jack ever think that Tien was a burden to Jack? Jack shook his head and hugged Tien's arm. The fairy is not a burden to Jack. No matter what happens, Jack will always be by Tien's side. One day, Jack received a notice from the company director. Jack was fired and claimed damages up to 30 billion VND. Jack couldn't believe his eyes when he looked at this document. Why fire Jack when things are not clear? How much effort Jack has devoted to the company, now it's all down the drain like that. Jack felt frustrated and didn't know what to do next. Day by day, Tien kept thinking about how to help Jack out of a deadlock. Tien decided to do everything possible, not just to help Jack get his job back, but also to protect Jack's honor. Tien understood that, once caught in the vortex of intrigue and fraud, will probably be very difficult to regain innocence. But Tien believes that if Tien and Jack persevere, if they don't give up, justice will eventually be served. Tien decided to go to Jang's house to see him. Tutan knows that Jang might be one of the only people can help Jack in this situation. But Tutan's heart was still not completely at ease. Will Jang really help? They are either plotting, take advantage of Jack's difficulties to gain Jack's trust. Tutan came home and met Jang's mother. As soon as Tutan sat down, Jang arrived. Looked tired but still tried to be calm. They greeted each other, but the atmosphere between them was somewhat tense. Tutan spoke. Jang, Tutan really didn't know what to do next. Jack is facing too much, and Tutan doesn't want Jack to fall. Tutan hopes Jang can help Jack. But Tutan could not help but doubt. Jang looked at Tutan with eyes full of sympathy. Jang also knows Jack is a good person, but Jang could do nothing more without Jack's consent. Jang is really worried about Jack, but Jang could not overcome the barrier of the people behind this. Tutan bowed her head, her heart filled with confusion. So what did Jang say about the company? The people who caused all this, they can no longer escape responsibility. Jang sighed. Sat with his mother, and looked at Tutan with determination. If Tutan wants to find the truth and bring everything to light, we must have a clear plan. Jang will help Tutan, but we need to be very careful. One time by chance, Tutan was walking on the street. Tutan meets CEO Toan. Celebrities are influential in the company. CEO Toan invited Tutan to the cafe and they sat down to chat. Tutan begged CEO Toan to help Jack. CEO Toan promised to do his best to help Jack find justice and clear Jack's name. Even though CEO Toan promised to help, but the investigation into the truth behind the fake contract Jack signed, but there has been little progress. Tutan could not sit still and watch. Jack suffered injustice. Once again, Tutan asked CEO Toan to try to help Jack. In the meeting, CEO Toan promised will use his power and influence in the company to help Jack clear his name. CEO Toan can help Jack, but everything will need time and clear evidence. Then CEO Toan said to Tutan, "We can't do this in a hurry because the people behind it were very smart and have very strong relationships within the company." Tutan heard these words, but still felt reassured. Somewhat, Tutan felt that CEO Toan had real intentions to help. But Tutan also understood that this process would not be easy at all. Tutan is more determined because nothing can change Tutan's goal, bring Jack back to the company and clarify the truth. One evening, Jack sat alone in the small room. Dim light, Jack told himself he couldn't fall down and had to stand up. Those behind this must pay the price. Jack clenched his fists, determined to fight to protect justice. In the end, Tutan and Jack did not give up. Both are determined to fight for truth and justice, although the road ahead is very difficult. Love and trust in each other help them overcome all challenges, and they are ready to face any difficulties to prove that Jack did not deserve to be fired, that the matter was misunderstood. The story is not just about love, but also about resilience and determination in the defense of justice. Tien and Jack will continue to fight, and those who deceived them will pay for his actions. What do you think about Tien when you hear the news of Jack being fired? Leave a comment.